Peace be upon you. Welcome to the chemistry session. Separation technique is our lesson. The objectives that will be learned at the end of this video are: define simple distillation technique and label the simple distillation setup. Recalling back, mixtures are of two types, heterogeneous and homogeneous. Heterogeneous mixtures could be solid-solid, liquid-liquid, solid-liquid. Separation techniques used for solid-solids are magnet picking and hand sorting, while for liquid-liquid heterogeneous mixtures we have decantation using separatory funnel. For solid-liquid we can use decantation, filtration, or centrifugation. And for solid-liquid homogeneous mixtures, technique known as crystallization. Indicate the picture that's related to boiling and the one related to evaporation. Observe these two pictures. Which one is related to evaporation? Look carefully. Depend on its characteristics. Yes? Good. It's the first one, since it takes place at the surface of the liquid without formation of bubbles. While if we observe the second picture carefully, we can notice the bubbles, then it's boiling, since it takes place inside the liquid under the action of fire with the formation of bubbles. Observe the crystallization diagram carefully, then try to guess the limitation of this technique. Limitation means when we couldn't use it, there's an obstacle. Look, yes, the liquid will be lost in the form of a gas. So, how could we avoid losing the liquid? It's a big problem, especially in the laboratory, if we need the liquid. Think about a technique to solve such a problem. Good. By cooling the evaporated liquid. Look at it. When done, cool the gas to change it into liquid. Is there a separation technique present in the laboratory resemble this process? Sure, there must be one, and it's known as simple distillation. Let us investigate it. This is its picture. Open your booklet on worksheet 9, then read the name for our new separation technique. Yes, where do we have the name? Good, it's simple distillation. Read the introduction to define simple distillation. Beside crystallization, the simple distillation is also a technique used to separate the constituents of a homogeneous mixture, solid-liquid. As a crystallization also, distillation is based on change of state of the liquid constituent of the mixture. Then what's the difference between a crystallization and distillation? Let's check. Both depends on change of state. Watch the video more than once and try to take notes. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First of all, look at this technique and try to name it. That's right. It's a simple distillation technique. But before we are going to know how does this simple distillation technique work, let us first name each equipment used in it. Starting from water source, 2 rubber tubes, Bunsen burner, tripod, wire gauze, round bottom flask. Look at its bottom, it's rounded. That's why we call it round bottom flask. Stand, thermometer, condenser, and a beaker to collect the distillate that will obtain. Now, my sweetheart, it's your turn to solve this puzzle. In order to know the location as well as the name of each part of the simple distillation apparatus, pause the video and try to solve it alone. The thermometer that's located at the top of the simple distillation. Okay, under the thermometer, there is a flask where we place our homogeneous mixture. The flask is connected to the condenser where the evaporated gas condenses to change into liquid. And just under the flask, we place the Bunsen burner and the tripod to hold on the flask, and the Erlenmeyer to collect our distillate. And distillate is known as distillate due to the name of this technique, which is known as distillation. Then the word distillate is derived from it. And don't forget that distillate is always a pure substance. Let's label, but just pause the video. Let's start labeling. This is thermometer. Good. This is a flask. Nice. And what do we have inside the flask? The homogeneous mixture, which is here solid water. Bunsen burner. Condenser. The water, which is the distillate that's collected here in the Erlenmeyer flask. As a summary, simple distillation is a technique used to separate the constituents of a solid liquid homogeneous mixture. It's based on the change of state of the liquid constituent in the mixture. The simple distillation technique is represented in the adjacent figure. Look at it and its label. You have to memorize it. Prepared by Amani Siblani, recorded by Amani Siblani, and supervised by Dalal Bayez. Thank you for your attention and see you soon.